So my GF 500 monitor heater, if I turn it on, I gotta turn up the thermostat. So the combustion gas fan turns on, gas valve opens, igniter goes, flame turns on, shuts down. I'll actually do that 3 times. And then the burner status will flash. And if I restart it, it'll do it again 3 times. My piping back here is fine. I checked outside, nothing's clogging the exterior. So I'm gonna remove this front grate and check the flame sensor. So the front grate is held on by 6 screws. There's 1 in each corner, and then there's 2 in this kind of middle row. And this is what's inside of mine. I'm going to assume that this is the flame sensor. This is the ignition, because here's the little coil pack. So I should have to remove this nut, and that should bring it off. I assume this is like a pilot, and this is the main gas valve. So I removed the nut, and then these 2 just kind of come off. So the right one should be the ignition, and the left one should be the flame sensor. And you can see that there's soot on it. Generally, these flame sensors are just basically a stainless steel rod. So as long as the insulation here isn't broken, and this isn't touching anything metal inside that, you can just take some sandpaper and sand this off. This, I assume, is the same thing. I'll probably hit that with some sandpaper too, just to clean it up and give it a little less resistance for the ignition coil. So this is just some 150 grit sandpaper that I had left over from somewhere. Okay, so I have it reinstalled. I wrapped a little electrical tape around the igniter because it was arcing. I doubt it'll help, but it's worth a shot. Then I put in some fiberglass insulation here because I'm waiting. I ordered a new gasket, but the fiberglass is rated to 1100 degrees or something is the melting point, so this should be fine. So I'm gonna see if this works now. It should, so we're gonna turn it on. I'm actually surprised. So here we are. The inducer fan just kicked on. The pilot valve just opened. We got flame. It looks like it's happy with the flame. So all I need to do is clean the flame sensor. I'm gonna shut it back down and check it one more time. And also check that igniter. So should be good to go. Throw the panel back on and your furnace should continue working for quite a while. So basically, for your repair, pull this out. Might want to order a gasket before you do it, because if your gasket's anything like mine, like, it's just crumbling. There's nothing to it. And all you need is some sandpaper or some steel wool, or I don't know, get creative, maybe a rock. Maybe probably a knife would, like a razor blade or knife would probably be able to scrape off the gook. But I put some fiberglass in there temporarily because it's rated for a pretty high temperature. Not rated, but 1100 degrees is its melting point, and hopefully nothing in here is up to 1100 degrees. I got the replacement gasket in the mail. Got it from these people at monitorheating.com. So I stuffed some fiberglass insulation in here for a temporary solution while I waited for the part. Probably not what you should do, but my CO detector didn't go off, so I'll count it as a win. The new part took about a week and a half to show up. So that's what that was. The gasket seems to be the right size. I assume that these ends just work their way in. So I wanted to expand the hole, so I just took this bit and just twisted it to enlarge the holes. So I really had to pack the gasket in with into this kind of rectangular area. Then I had to push pretty hard with my nut driver to get the nut started. So be careful. Make sure that the square part of both of these is down inside of this. That way you don't break the ceramic. But the card on the back of this warns that might be stinky the first time you use the gasket. So I'm gonna start this up, and while it's warm out and I can open the windows, but we'll see if it does smell. And as advertised, the gasket does smell. It almost smells like a little sweet, but it does smell a little bit, so you'll probably want to run the heater with the windows open for a little bit.